We agreed to split off here to take our own halves of the lower bracket, so we can cover as much as we can.
Halves diverge. Is it going for a multi-prong? If you want to use that as a metaphor.
Going for a bit of a sandwich, an Oreo.
Yeah, exactly. I could have got some more today. Regardless, we are going to be kicking off our PVZ, potentially our final PVZ of the evening. The sole Zerg player remaining in the lower bracket is over here in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. The blue Zerg player from the land of Korea, representing Team NV, he is DongRaeGu.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Curious Minds LE, we have the South Korean Brodos player representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. It is Zest.
I actually just realized that either Ragnarok or Solar will be down in the lower bracket, so yeah, at least there will be another Zerg player, but of course we won't be able to cast that, or most likely we won't be able to cast that. So for all intents and purposes here on the CranKy Ducklings stream, DongRaeGu is the final Zerg player remaining.
Oh god, of course. Unless something else happens, it's fine, it's fine. That is the narrative that we're running with. Oh god, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. Honestly, I'm surprised. I feel like we're seeing some maybe overconfidence from Zest, because Curious Minds is meant to be like the Zerg map right now in the current map pool.
Without a doubt. I mean, Berlingrad is a little bit smaller, but it's nowhere near as open in when it comes to the avenues into the potential third bases or fourth bases, right?
Exactly. The rush distance is also short as well, so if you wanted to, you can pull off a queen walk. Otherwise, you can go for that Ling Bane style and deny the third base over and over and over and over again. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here for DongRaeGu to take a bit of a cheeky win. Meanwhile, Zest, again, showing that he's like, yo, I don't care what map we're on. I'm still Zest, I'm still best, and I'm still gonna just 2-0 you. Like, it's bold, man.
I thought it was going to be, I'm still Zest, I'm still best, I'm still going to turtle up to 4 bases. Sky toss.
I'm still going to find a way to slow the game down to 30 minutes, mate.
Let's go.
Let's go. We'll see. We have a Stargate opener, and what I will say is that even though Zest recently has been known, I say recently for the entire year in this matchup, has been known to wall off and slow things down, like every now and then he does, go for a Twilight Council and Glaive Adepts, or he goes for timing attacks. Like if he wants to, he can end it early.
Yeah. Or he goes for 5 oracles. He's already getting 1.
Why 5?
I don't know, he just got 5 oracles the last time. No, actually, no, I think he got 6. His intention was to go mass oracles and get as many as possible, but I think he won the game after he got 6 oracles, so he wasn't able to make any more. He wanted more.
Was it Oracle Adept?
He didn't get any more.
Is that what he did?
I think it was. Yeah, he was getting... Yeah, he was relying a lot on oracles in the opening, just getting one after the other, but eventually he was willing to get more of a ground army.
Alright, well, we'll see. We do have the Oracle first opening from Zest, followed immediately by a Twilight Council.
Alright, so no big commitment into Oracles yet. Instead, gonna get 3 more gateways for a total of 4, 5?
Oh yeah, we
4?
are we are gonna have 3 gates here, and as well as 4 gates in total. There it is. Glaives has begun. This is what I was talking about. Zest, he still does love going for Glaives whenever he can, and I do feel like if you want to go for Glaives, this is not a bad map for it.
Yeah, we were talking about the rush distance and how it's a little bit, it tends to favor Zerg a little bit, as well as the openings into the third base. It can also work very well for Adepts.
It really can. Meanwhile, ooh, interesting choice. Zest actually opts to clear creep here with a Revelation. So this will slow down a Queen Walk if DRG wanted to go for one. Meanwhile, decent target fire, but ooh, the Oracle just barely escapes.
Yeah, again, important to keep that Oracle alive for its revelations later on. And yeah, I am liking this from Zest. He doesn't quite have enough adepts yet. He doesn't have glaives yet. So, yeah, may as well try to get some kind of value while he's across the map, right?
And this is so interesting as well. So he's still going for a massive glaive adept push. Finally gets scouted. Oh, the Roach Warren is still only halfway done. So these adepts are honestly going to deal damage. Behind this, double Stargate Void Ray.
Huh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Normally when we see this from Protoss, the transition is, it's simply Robo, right? Simply disruptors to try to deal with any potential counter attacks. But Zest is saying, nah, mate. You're not going to have roaches out. I can afford to go Void Race instead of disruptors.
Hey.
Already 18 drones go down. Some brilliant target firing from the side of Zest.
What's
completely wiping out the army
What's
too.
crazy? This isn't even meant to kill. Like this, it will kill.
But it does.
It does. GG gets cold. Zest, bring it back to 2020 with the glaive adepts, mate.
Yeah, well, it's a build that basically won him what? I think what's his name? Harsem did the math. It's a build that won Zest like 250k or something like that. So. Yeah, may as well bring it back.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, he wasn't all in. He had a third base behind this. He was working on +1 air attack. He was working on a second Stargate. He was planning to transition out of it after the Adepts got dealt with. But as we saw, because of how late the Roach Warren was, because of the lack of scouts, there was no follow-up, you know? It's just over.
It was. It was supposed to be, no, I couldn't get DRG in time. You know what? That's the annoying thing about it. The most annoying thing about logo SWAT is that if somebody else gets the logo in the thing, if you're scrolling down, it gets reset.
Yeah. You gotta be on top of your scrolls, mate. You gotta be on top of your scrolls.
The Elder scrolls, if you will.
Okay, there you go.
Actually, that actually doesn't. Because if I say Elder Scrolls, then it implies that it's old. No, I'm the Elder when I scroll. Because I'm slow. Elderly Scrolls. Somebody should make that game. As we continue our series on 2,000 atmospheres. LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We, of course, have our blue Zerg player coming down from the land of Korea. He is going to be representing Team NV. We have the one true dog himself, DongRaeGu.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He is red, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming DPG. It is Zest. Jesus Christ! Just what a performance there in game number 1 on Curious Minds, and now any kind of advantage that I would have thought that DRG would have is gone, mate. Because now we're on a much more standard, much more played out map.
Which means that DRG has the advantage.
Does
if it just seems like a logic in the last game where it was a bit more DRG favored, but it's just shut that down. So now that we're on even footing. Means we're on even footing.
There you go. There you go.
I'm not sure how what the logic I was going with that was. I don't think I even had any.
Man, whenever you say anything, there is no logic involved. What are you on about? It's not. it's not there. But what I will say is that, at least based on what we saw in the previous game, DongRaeGu, mate, he needs to be on top of his scouting, because especially last game, there was no reason for him not to go in with an Overlord, because there was no Void Ray. It was an Oracle first, which means that he could have gone in and he could have seen that Twilight Council, and if he had seen that earlier, he would have prepared much faster.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he sent his Overlord into the natural base, but beyond that, just didn't really do anything. He didn't go into the main base, as he was saying. He didn't know that there was a Twilight Council, let alone glaives on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, scouting a Twilight Council follow-up, you need your Roach Warren, and DongRaeGu was delaying it so much. He was punished for that greed, for the lack of scouting information. Meanwhile, we'll see what Zest has in store for us here, because he is opening up with the Stargate again, but as we've seen, that doesn't necessarily mean Void Ray production.
Quick tangent, is let alone an actual phrase?
Yeah.
Okay, because I said it and it sounded weird to me. I was like, did I just make something up again?
God damn. No, yeah, let alone, yeah.
Yeah. When you say it, that sounds weird.
Oh, god damn it, Yaku.
It's the accent. That or it's the 10 p.m.
It is getting quite late. Here it is. It is 1 a.m. here in the land of Australia.
Oh, happy birthday. It's past midnight.
Shaking my head, Yaku. Shaking my head. Alright, well, here we
It's a lot
go.
more standard from Zest.
Yeah. Void Ray first. It's what we expect, and because of this, DongRaeGu will have a harder time getting overlords across the map. And following this, oh, it's another Twilight Council.
Oh, I love it. So it could be going into another Glaives follow-up from here. Maybe not as committed. Because we do have the Void Ray out, but we shall see. That's a... Oh no, that's an Evo Chamber and no Roach Horn once again!
Okay, we do have a +1 flyer attack on the way, so Zest is looking to transition into Void Rays faster. I think this will mean that this is for charge. No, oh god, no!
Oh, it's still gonna be Glaives. It's odd here. So, the +1 melee with on Zerglings should not work out. Typically, it shouldn't work out anyway, right? But because Zest is going for this weird +1 fly weapons, Void Rays, plus Glaives as well, there is a window of opportunity where Zest just doesn't have an army.
Problem is, I think it was yesterday. Did we cast this yesterday? Where, or was it the day before? Again, Ling Bane against Glaive Adepts isn't ideal. No, it was earlier today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was earlier today. It wasn't
yeah.
Ragnarok, it wasn't DRG, it was...
I guess it was Bjol? Was it Bjol?
Yeah, it was Bjol versus Zaun. It was Bjol versus Zaun.
Yeah, and I mean, again, there's always potential for maybe Banelings to connect with these Adepts, but we'll see as the Adepts are already coming across the map. They have been revealed. Baneling Nest just finished up. We need some Banelings here to help chase those Shades. Pure Ling are going to have a hard time against the sheer number of Adepts.
As our Queens, funnily enough, 4 Banelings are on the way, and that is just about the bare minimum that you need, right, to deal with all of these Adepts. But that relies a lot on getting the perfect connections. Oh, cancels the Shade. Thankfully.
More Queens are getting picked off left and right. That means that this Queen push that DongRaeGu was working towards isn't gonna work out anymore. He's lost so many of those Queens already, and he's struggling to defend at home. Meanwhile, +1 melee is about to finish up though, and maybe he can get a nice round. Oh my god!
Yeah, honestly, despite there is a lot of Lings. Honestly, despite not having a lot of Queens to go for a Queen push, Zest doesn't really have any air units either. He's relying almost entirely on Adept, so Ling Bane can work out really well here.
It can. We'll see. We still have one single Void Ray there in the sky. What I'm worried about are force fields. We have sentries here. There is no way to deal with force fields, so if they are good, then Zest, there should never be a Baneling connecting with this army.
Shouldn't, but at the same time, that will eventually reach a point where Zest just runs out of room to micro back to 1. Baneling connects, but it's not the biggest of deals. The Lings are starting to be dealt with slowly but surely. A lot of Adepts do go down. There's still plenty of Ling Bane left. Ooh, Zest gets a backup wall.
Oh, but the wall has fallen. The Banelings are trickling into the natural mineral line. Finally, DongRaeGu is going to get some damage done.
No! What? Zest, you just clumped up every single probe to deal with Banelings, man.
Every single probe went down. Meanwhile, is that going to happen again? No, it will not. This time, the Banelings are dealt with. 25 workers have gone down. Zest taking so much economic damage here.
Yeah, the mineral walking is honestly decent, but eventually the probes are going to fall. Look at that army supply. it just tells you basically the entire story. DRG is going to take us to our ace match.
Oh my god, he has done it. The Ling Flood has worked. It has paid off here. It wasn't just those banelings, but also, you know, Zest, he wasn't able to hold on here at his his third base either. He lost his entire army. The Void Ray went down, and DongRaeGu, he's doing it. He's fighting back.
Fighting back and winning. This is a game number 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like, sure, there are a couple of adepts here, but they're getting surrounded again. +1 melee lings make short work of these adepts, not just the adepts, but also the workers, as Zest is down to 28 probes.
Yeah, Zest currently trying to pull a little bit of a mind game on DRG, make him panic and think, oh no, does he have a ninja somewhere or in tech? But eventually he will GG out. DongRaeGu takes us to game 3.
GG, well played. We are going to that ace match. It's happening, mate.
It all comes down to this. Of course, whoever wins this one final map will be up against Creator.
That they will. That they will. Is it going to be our Protoss player or our Zerg? What's also important is that this is the final Korean qualifier for... Korean server qualifier for King of Battles. So... yeah, it's kind of brutal for whoever gets knocked out here, you know? They don't have a life anymore. As in, they don't have that lower bracket to fall back on.
Right, yeah. You're not just gonna keel over. You got taken out.
Oh god, oh god. No!
DongRaeGu Santis now.
Meanwhile, I believe Snoopy is, I believe he's the clean feed.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Thankfully, we are well aware of the shift-in capabilities. Beautiful, beautiful.
Right.
Never mind.
What? Okay, well, wait, what? Did the countdown cut?
It did. Huh, interesting.
Alright, I guess if an observer leaves during the... No, but we've seen that happen before, where observers leave during the countdown, and it doesn't cut the countdown. This is gonna keep me up tonight. My plan was to sleep immediately after the cast, but man, I think that's... I'm gonna wonder about that for a while. Anyway, we are gonna be concluding our best of 3 series here on Berliningrad LE. Steals a new home, question mark. We're in the bottom right hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right hand corner. The blue Zerg player coming down from the land of Korea. He of course is gonna be representing Team NV. He is DongRaeGu.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the South Korean Protoss player. He is red, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming. The PG, it is Zest.
All comes down to this.
That it
Curious
does.
Minds 2.0, if you want to call it that.
Sure. As we are diving into the ace match here, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Zest has been leaning to more heavily towards the Glaive Adept so far this series, so will he do it 3 games in a row?
Well, he will never expect it, right? So, may as well.
Won't he?
He won't.
Wait, are you talking about Zest or DongRaeGu?
DongRaeGu.
Okay. Well, Zest might not expect it either.
Yeah. He might suddenly gain consciousness and think, oh, why am I going for Adepts again?
This isn't what I do. So
I did not expect myself to do this, huh?
As the Stargate is thrown down, but again, only a single Stargate for now. We haven't seen Skytoss at all from Zest today. We've finally going to see it here in the ace match. Maybe he will think to need it here since his back is against the wall.
Well, replace Sky for Glaive, then replace Toss for Adepts, and we have seen a lot of Sky Toss. But yeah, I guess he may as well throw it out now. As he said, his back is against the wall. This is the ace match, and I do feel like Berlingrad is a little bit easier to, you know, to do that old Zest 4-base Sky Toss on, right? The bases are just so much more compact.
Yeah, they can be. They can be. You know, you can definitely take advantage of a bunch of this terrain and wall off as best you can. So we'll keep an eye on things. We'll keep an eye on this build as DRG is getting across the map with his Overlord. The creepers already starting to be spread here quite aggressively. And again, Berlingrad, Queen walks. I like it.
Yeah, especially like it if he's able to make an opening in the mineral wall, send just one drone and line that out. Be absolutely insane.
Yeah, we'll see if he can pull it off here. Meanwhile, the opener has been spotted, so we do see spores on the way to make sure nothing crazy goes on, to make sure that these mineral lines are safe and sound, especially because after the Void Ray, we do have an Oracle coming out for Zest.
Zest doing a very similar thing to 2,000 atmospheres, getting +1 flyer weapons again, but will he throw down the Twilight Council? That's what I want to know. Meanwhile, Evo Chamber from DRG again.
Yeah, I feel like he wants to go for another Queen Ling all in. And meanwhile, the Oracle dips in, gets 2 worker kills, and dips on out. At least the Oracle stays alive. The Oracle actually did spot the Evo Chamber.
Zest should be taking this a lot more seriously. Still opting for a Twilight Council and a Forge, but we'll see if he actually gets +1 with this Forge, or if that's purely for cannons.
Yeah, I have to imagine this cannot be Glaive Adepts. The Forge is the big difference here. If we do see +1 melee from this Forge, then I imagine we're going to be seeing quick charge, and I wouldn't be opposed to that against Lings, but we'll see.
Against Banes, though?
Yeah. There we go, +1 and charge.
Alrighty then. Well, I hope he gets a Templar Archives real quick after this. So he'll have a couple of Archons to go with the Ling Bane.
Yeah. It's about speed though, because the thing is, DongRaeGu is going to hit soon. He's making the Lings, you know, +1 melee is halfway done. Baneling Nest is on the way. Like, DongRaeGu wants to go for the kill.
Yeah, or at least kill the 3rd base. Anything will really work out very well for DongRaeGu's advantage.
Yeah, exactly. And the cannon only just now started. Shield battery does finish up. There will be an overcharge available here. Meanwhile, Zest, can he hold on to the 3rd?
He's gonna try. I do like the Sim City that he's got here with the Adepts, but he shades the Adepts away. Queens are having an absolute field day on top of this 3rd.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's any way for Zest to really hold on to this. The boys are being forced off the line into the Lings. The Lings with the wraparound on all those workers. That 3rd base is completely forfeit.
Just like so. And that's going to prompt Zest to... Well, first he has to defend against this, right? But even then, I think it's going to be pretty tough. He's getting 5 more gateways. Thankfully, a couple of High Templar are being warped in, so Archons are going to be really valuable in defense here, especially if you can get them on top of a choke point like this.
Yeah, Archons are on the way. We have a sentry as well for Force Field. So again, the Ling Bane is gonna struggle against this army here at the natural, and DongRaeGu backs off.
Yeah, already content with the damage he's dealt. He took out the 3rd base for basically nothing. Didn't lose any units in that assault other than Banelings, but even then. Yeah,
I'm just worried about the counterattack, right? There's still a lot of potential here for Zest. +1 is about to finish up. We do have a couple of Banelings and a lot of Lings, but again, as you were saying, they aren't ideal against Archons.
Yeah, not even Queens are. But in low numbers like this, Zest really can't take his chances. We'll back away and just focus on clearing creep.
That he will. DRG backs off. He's taking up 4th base. He's got a Roach Warren, so he's getting Roaches, which will help so much against the Charge Lot Archon. And yeah, things are kind of calming down a little bit.
For now.
As both players are droning up, both players are expanding. Oh god, we do have a bit of a Ling run right here.
Here's the wall. Almost didn't notice that Zealot.
Yeah, thankfully there was a Zealot there for Zest. Yo, and Zest is swarming all over the map right now. Oh my god, the Queens are completely out of position.
He's being so active with his army at the moment. Zell's just trying to find openings wherever they can. He's splitting up his Archons, which normally isn't too ideal, but he can actually get away with it right now. He's starting to sandwich the main army of DongRaeGu. He's taking out every single Ling and every single Baneling, or now he's going to take out every single Baneling, so he only has to worry about Queens and Roaches. That's exactly what you want when you're going for charges like this.
Mate, every single queen is falling. Now with no queens, the Void Ray reigns supremes, and Zest, he has done it. The way that he maneuvered his army was insane. He just completely caught DongRaeGu off guard. DongRaeGu, he was in the middle of droning, by the way, not making army, and just like that, Zest found the best opportunity, the best moment to attack.
It was a terrible start for Zest. Things were looking pretty dang hopeless, but somehow he was able to find a fantastic timing, catching DRG completely out of position, catching DRG completely mid-transition, and with that, he takes that series 2-1 to face Creator.
Wow, GG, well played. Congratulations, Zest. What's so important, because I've seen Stardock do the same thing as well. He lost his third, but he didn't lose anything else there. Just the third.
Yeah.
You know, he evacuated his army. Even the probe pool, he only lost three probes in that probe pool. You can give up your third and it doesn't matter, especially because he had that massive gateway explosion behind it. You know, it was the follow-up that DongRaeGu had to fear.
But he didn't.
Did not.
When he should have.
Oh my god, brutal. GG, well played. Congratulations, Zest. As you said, as he moves on to the next round, as he moves on into a PvP.